Welcome, everybody. Share the room out. Like always, feel free to join me up on the stage. Tap on the mic. Gonna wait for some of my co-hosts to join me, and then we'll get rolling. Got a lot of good questions from you guys this week. I'll be able to throw Alex's way. But in the meantime, please share out the room. Let everyone know that we're live. Would appreciate it. Brian, what's going on? Oh, Brian,
Tuesday.
I think you're cutting a little bit. You're cutting a little bit, Brian.
Can you hear me now?
Make sure that you're in a good spot. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good now.
Perfect. I'm right at the edge of my Wi-Fi. I'm sitting in my backyard.
Gotcha.
No, we had a great week. It's already Tuesday. On the credit card side of things, we are allowed to talk about the rates in detail tonight. So that's pretty exciting.
Well, we'll circle back around.
Yeah, we're going to have to pump up the room here before we make an announcement like that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Brian, that was actually my most common, most popular DM that I got this past week.
Yeah, guys, share out the room. That way we can get this information out to everybody all at once. In the meantime, Plan C, welcome up on stage. What's going on?
Hey, guys. Not a whole lot. Just here to hang out and listen to what's going on.
All right. Thanks for hanging with us. Scott, did I touch base with you? What's going on?
Hey, just looking forward to a good AMA and plugging away, just brick by brick, plugging away, trying to help Celsius as much as possible.
Got it. Like I said before, I got some really good questions today to present to Alex, and he should be joining us here in a little bit. But if you guys have any pretty good questions, make sure you DM me, and I'll see if I can pitch them out to Alex. Just again, please share the room out. Let everyone know that we're live. We're getting up to a decent amount of people in the room, but we could use some more. Crypto guy, what's going on?
Hey, Josh. Hey, just want to let you guys know, I talked to customer service tonight. I think you guys have a bug in the platform. And what that bug does is when, for example, for non-accredited investors, when it pays out a promo, my promo for 20 AVAX just paid to my withdrawal account last night and then immediately canceled all of my other promos.
Okay, understood. So it's being added to your account as if it was a withdrawal, and then it cancels the other promos because it thinks you're making a withdrawal when you're not.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't even have anything whitelisted in my account, so I've never made a withdrawal. So anyway, I already talked to service and so, but I think as other people pay out for the AVAX promos and things like that are coming up, you're going to see more customer calls. So if you guys can get in front of that, I think that'd be really good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting us know. And we'll let the devs know, see if we can get that rectified. And then if anyone's promo does get canceled like that, do what he just did. Reach out to support either app at Celsius or 1866 HODL now. And we can get you on a list to have that manually credited back.
Yeah, because it canceled my Bitcoin ones too for the Satoshi one from Bitcoin Miami.
Right. Yeah. Any promo that was still active will probably get canceled because it sees a withdrawal, and that's part of the terms of any promo is to not withdraw. So It looks like it's falsely signaling a withdrawal.
Well, and also too that the coins also went into the withdrawal versus going into the earn. Because the Ethereum ones work perfect. Like my Ethereum promo codes, those all work great in terms of both the Ethereum ones after April 15th paid out, and they went right into earn, no issues.
Yeah, it's interesting. We'll have to look into that. The promo system is pretty complex, so a lot of these kind of corner cases can happen, or when we change something, it affects, promos in this case that we just couldn't foresee. So no, appreciate you letting us know ahead of that, and we will get it fixed.
Yep. No, like I said, just love you guys. Just want to help you guys get ahead of things because I know that as soon as this pops, this will become FUD for somebody. So we can say, nope, already on top of it,
Celsius cancels all promos inadvertently, for some unknown reason.
Yeah.
I can see the headline now.
Like head of the FUD. Don't like when people give FUD against a great team and great set of developers and a great company.
Zach,
I'm sorry. One other question. Hey guys, do you guys have any updates on North Carolina? I saw you guys put out a tweet today on the 30 states, but anything about the 9 states that are kind of pains in the butt?
No, nothing yet. But your friends to the south did get swaps today, so maybe consider moving. Vote with your feet, as they say. But no change in those on any of those 9 states.
Gotcha. Hey, Zach, if you want to give me a couple $100,000, go buy a house in somewhere else like Virginia, I would consider that, buddy.
Oh yeah. Send me your address for sure.
Oh, you send me some Bitcoin? Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
thanks for coming up, and yeah, we'll follow up on that bug. Appreciate it. Like always, guys, make sure you're sharing out the room. Let everyone know we're live. If you want to join us on stage, you can do so by tapping on the mic. So yeah, what do you guys think about the Loomis bill?
I think it caused a hell of a lot of volatility. We dropped a few $1,000s, then came back a few $1,000s, and now just bouncing around. That I read a tweet that kind of just had a summary. I didn't read that, and then there was also maybe it wasn't the Loomis bills. There was another piece of legislation that came out last night that was like a draft that leaked, and I read the summary of that, and that was very interesting. And then on top of the Loomis bill that came out today, I don't know if they're related, but I think they're moving in the direction that they're going to move in, and they're going to have to regulate our industry one way or another. And an interesting comment that was made on that was the draft and even the Loomis bill. These are not the final forms of the legislation, so there's still a lot of changes that can be made depending on different, if you call your representatives, that's going to have an effect on who's voting on what or what can be added or taken out, for the benefit of the people. So this is the time for all of us, I think, to act and read those things, see what you like, see what you don't like, your reps, and let them know what you want to change in those bills.
Yeah, that's a good point. Anyone else up here on stage? Plan C, you got a position? Or Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the reason why I like this is because it's bringing attention to the space. We need more eyeballs on the crypto space. We need more adoption. We need more people looking into it. And I think this is going to raise the eyebrows of a lot more people and get a lot more people to investigate what is crypto. And I think the more of that, the better. Even if a lot of people are assuming it's bad or they don't like this in the bill or that in the bill. I just want a lot more people to know about us so we can get a lot more eyes on crypto.
Nice. Plan C, what are your thoughts? I saw you on mute.
Oh, just like, it's just interesting, right? Because they're saying they want to have everyone register, even DAOs and stuff. But like, I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose if you have like a specific, whoever, like, no one's going to want to register that, I don't think. Like, if your whole point is you're trying to be decentralized. So, it's just interesting.
It is.
I think it's gonna come down to taxes. Like I don't think the U.S. government's gonna ever allow an entity that isn't reporting taxes. So in order to do that, you have to register and you have to have some sort of identifying tax ID. Just like any other business. And I think that's going to be with us no matter what. I don't think they're going to let anybody have or organize in any way without having a tax ID. And that's just part of this system that we're in.
Yeah, it makes sense, right? I understand that for sure. Yeah, I haven't followed it very closely. I don't really know much about it.
Crypto guy, you have an opinion on it?
Actually, I do. Actually, I think it's very interesting. So if you look at the Loomis bill, and you guys probably can't comment on this, but you look at the Loomis bill, and they basically were taking a lot of power from the SEC, moving it over to the Commodities Exchange Commission, which means that all the things that's happened to like BlockFi and you guys from an SEC enforcement with accredited investors, non-accredited investors, I think that's very interesting if some of that passes.
Well, it's interesting that the SEC has already stated that Bitcoin is a commodity, 100%. Nobody refutes that. The IRS agrees with that. And then we'll see what other, if any other assets get that designation. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of logical that Bitcoin would be regulated by the CFTC because it's a commodity through and through.
Right. What they were saying is, I missed part of what you were saying, Zach, but what they were saying is that almost all crypto would be considered, or majority of it would be considered commodities and not a security. So I just think that's really interesting.
Right. Yeah, I think it was like several hundred assets would be relabeled or would be clarified as commodities and not securities. And yeah, I think that probably would have a major impact on our business. So it would be very interesting to see how that shakes out at the end of the day.
Yeah, and they specifically called out a lot of the layer ones actually, as just an example of things that they thought were, because of the distributed nature of them, considering them to be commodities. I thought that was very fascinating.
Right.
And I'm for regulation. I think regulation is important. That's how we get this, what we consider our new asset class into an actual asset class that, we can basically go easily invest in our 401ks, and, people no longer think we're just, trying to do Silk Road with Bitcoin.
I agree with you, Crypto. And as a matter of fact, a lot of institutions, corporates are waiting for regulation to come in the space. So I think that'll bring a lot more people in.
How do you guys feel about them changing the regulation around exchanges and possibly driving the fees up?
Yeah.
I'm glad to be on Celsius to do that.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be interesting if the rates have to go up and fees have to go up for everybody, how that impacts our business.
Yeah. There's a lot of discussion over the weekend about like withdrawal fees for token holders versus non-token holders, and I think there's a lot of valid arguments there. And I think that structure is going to have to develop as things go, because costs, like legislation is good and regulation is good in the sense that you get much more clarity, and then way more businesses are open to crypto and participate, and the overall market grows. But that can lead to increased cost and be a detriment in some instances to users, because the companies have to pay for those costs one way or another.
Alan, I noticed you came up on stage. Do you have a question, or did you have something you wanted to add to the conversation?
I got a question and then one comment. So I saw the tweet from Celsius today. I'm actually in one of those states that swaps got enabled on, but I was able to swap beforehand. Like I was able to do it on the web app. Is there should I not have had access to do that?
I think it was either general availability states or those were brand new states. I don't know. I don't see the database that has each access for each product, but maybe you got in lucky before we had to stop swaps, and then swaps got reinstated in your area, or it wasn't available and now it just became, but you got sneaked in somehow. I have no idea, but glad you have it now at least.
Okay, cool. And then the other thing was the sell burn. Is there a reason why it happened yesterday rather than last week?
Yeah, there was some sort of technical issue with getting it actually sent to the contract address. So I know everyone's very much on top of that. So on Friday, someone messaged me, said, "Hey, what's going on with the burn? Why hasn't it happened yet?" I messaged Nuke and the team involved, and they said it was an issue. It turns out they got it resolved over the weekend and then burned those coins on Monday. So generally it should happen Friday, but in this instance, it got pushed back a little bit. No problem. We're always going to commit to burning those tokens and make sure that those coins get burnt.
Right. Okay, cool.
Thanks for coming up, Alan. And if you guys want to join us up on stage, just tap the mic in the bottom left. Feel free to join us. Otherwise, share the room out. Let everyone know that we're live. Alex should be joining us any moment, and then we can get rolling with some Q&A.
Josh, I just wanted to do one quick housekeeping item. Zach mentioned before, if you have issues, you can reach out to customer care. He gave an email address and the phone number. They do recommend that you call rather than email, and the reason for that is it can be a lot more efficient. You could raise the issue that you do have, and if you have a secondary issue that's been on your mind or you want to talk about, it gives you the opportunity to get that out as well. So if you're going to reach out to customer care, it is recommended that you call them instead of sending the email. It's just better for everyone.
Yep. Yeah, and actually, we have a ton of capacity to handle calls. So, we really want to utilize that asset that, we put a lot into, and it does create a much better experience for everybody. So, yeah, call that 1-866 HODL NOW number, and you can ask about updates. You can ask about anything on your account, promo codes, upcoming features, whatever you'd like. That resource is there for you.
Awesome. Thanks for that, guys. All right, Brian, lay it on us. Let us know what's going on with the credit card.
All right. So we have Vanessa here in the room as well, who you will have seen was just featured in our YouTube channel as the product owner for the credit card. So it might not be the worst idea, Vanessa, if you want to join us on stage, just in case we get into any of the nitty gritty that I'm unable to answer. But myself, Josh, and Zach, we all looked at the reward rates documentation, and we should be fairly equipped to speak to the reward rates. Know that that's one of the only things we are allowed to talk about, so we may have to self-censor a little bit as we go on. But let's take it away here. So the promo rate on the card, most credit cards have a promo rate. So essentially, when we talk about rates, there's two rates we're talking about. There's the promo rate that you get immediately, and that's for the first 3 months or first $8,000 that you put through the card. And that's the rate that we talked about, the 3.25%. So it's whichever expires first, the 3 months time window or the $8,000 card spend. And that 3.25 is for Celsius coin holders who hold 25,000 or more CEL tokens. So that essentially works out to be a 30% gain off of someone who's not a CEL token holder. If you hold 10,000 CEL tokens, there is a 20% bonus. So it's not quite as nice as the 30%, and that works out to be about 3% equivalent rewards back. If you hold between 1,000 and 10,000 CEL, you get it's a little bit of a longer rate, 2.875. If you hold less than 1,000 CEL token, you get the base introductory rate, which is 2.5% yield. We will be posting this on our blogs. I don't feel like you have to record this or write it all down, but so yeah, it will be available shortly. But that is sort of the promo rate, like I said. So we're talking about two rates. Once that rate expires and drops back down, the base rate for someone who has no CEL token is 1.5%. So that's if you have less than 1,000 CEL. If you have between 1,000 and 10,000 CEL, you get an additional 15% in equivalent yield, and that is 1.725. If you have between 10,000 and 25,000 CEL, you're earning an additional 20%. That's 1.8%. And then if you have over or 25,000 CEL or over, you're getting the extra 30%, and that's almost 2%, just under 1.95%. So effectively 2% cash back. So pretty strongly incentivized to hold CEL tokens. So definitely one of the exciting things we're excited to talk about is the fact that we're adding some pretty strong utility for the cell token there. I realize I just talked about yield rates for a minute straight, but if anyone has any questions or wants to rewind, do that.
Yeah, and Vanessa, if you want to intro yourself real quick, and if you have anything you'd like to add.
Sure. Yeah, happy to intro.
Brian, can you
Good.
mute real quick? There you go.
Yeah, good to meet you all. I think I've seen a bunch of you folks around on Twitter. I'm the group product manager. One of the products that I'm working on is the credit cards. I'm working very closely with Brian and the team and with Zach on various aspects that we can bring to the credit card as far as value. And in particular, we've had lots of discussions about the reward rates and really trying to balance two things to make sure that the credit card is a compelling product for people who are new to the Celsius ecosystem and perhaps haven't yet discovered Cell Token and that whole experience, but also to ensure that the folks who are loyal and who've really supported us along the way and bought into the Cell Token will get some level of utility that allows the credit card to truly stand out. And so we think we've arrived at a place where we're able to accomplish both of those two goals, but definitely open to feedback from y'all.
Sorry, guys, I realized my microphone disconnected about right at the beginning of that. How much did you get and how much was nonsense?
Oh, we got everything. There's just a slight bit of feedback, so whenever you're speaking,
Great.
just make sure you mute. But thank you for that, Vanessa and Brian. And if you guys have any questions about the credit card, feel free to come up, tap the mic, and we've got two great people here. Cellcat, what's going on?
Okay, perfect time to, I guess, I just want to dispel something because, so basically when if you choose to earn and sell, right? I had someone who asked me, Cellcat, if I'm earning and sell, is it ever a concern that Celsius won't be able to send me Cell Token because maybe one day the price goes too high? Is that ever a concern that, you can't earn that sell?
No, that wouldn't be an issue. If you're earning $10 in rewards each week, then those rewards will be denominated in Cell Token, either one Cell Token or half a Cell Token or a 100th of a Cell Token. I think the way that the contract is now, it goes down to the 10,000th place. So you can break a Cell Token down to a pretty small amount, and whatever dollar value that equals to, it can be paid in Cell.
Yeah, and I just wanted to clear that up because I think there's confusion between U.S. dollar rates versus the fact that we're paying tokens, right? So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. Thank you, Zach, and I'm excited about the card, 100%.
Yeah, like when we send out the emails every week, it shows you the dollar value that you received in crypto for your weekly rewards. But you earned crypto that week, right? We didn't pay any dollars. We didn't put any dollars in your account. You got more Bitcoin on your Bitcoin, more ETH on your ETH, more Cell on your other assets if you earn and sell. We just put that dollar value because people like to see the value of the coins that they got, not necessarily you got 0.000 5 Bitcoin that week.
Anyway, hi guys. Just wanted to come in and say hi. I'm actually at dinner with some clients here, but didn't want to miss the weekly Twitter Spaces.
Right on, Josh. You want to run through the questions we got and get as much info out of Alex as we can today?
Josh may have lost his connection. Josh, are you there?
He's hodling too hard, man.
Yeah, no, we're not hearing you. It's like your mic went blank or something.
He's earning so much yield he passed out.
He can't believe it. He heard the credit card rewards and was like 3 1/4. What?
Remember to breathe when you hodl, guys.
While we're waiting for him before we get started, I see Ashley coming up to the stage. Hello, Ashley.
It's actually me. For some reason, my phone crapped out. I don't know why. I can't even hear you guys.
Serious technical difficulties on this one.
Anyways.
Way to improvise.
Apologize. So, yeah, Alex, we got a bunch of questions for you today, but do you have any opening thoughts first to start with, like your maybe some thoughts on what's going on in the market?
Got a noisy truck here. I'm outside the restaurant, so give me a minute. Just keep going.
We'll keep on rocking. Actually, besides just the market, I wanted to ask. Earlier, we posted a blog to kind of address a lot of things, and Celsius released this kind of provocative post earlier this afternoon with "Damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead." Kind of coming in at a lot of this stuff direct. Could you tell us why we posted this and where people can find this article?
Yeah, so I think it's on our what do you call it? It's on our Medium, right? I wasn't sure where we posted it, but I also did a version, recorded a version of it, which I think we'll post tomorrow or whatever. And just like again, when I got into crypto, I was full of energy to fight the banks, fight the financial institutions, give people an opportunity in financial freedom and all that stuff. And the last thing I was expecting was that after 5 years, I'll be fighting mostly crypto people, mostly Bitcoin maxis or other people who could care less about all the good that Celsius does, all the hundreds of millions of dollars we paid the community, the 50 million we recovered for people, all the stuff that we do every day that the team does, right? It's not about me. It's about, hundreds and hundreds of people working for the crypto community to create an opportunity for everybody. And these people are just coming and stabbing you in the back just because they hope that if you don't do well or if you perish somehow, these customers are going to leave you and come to them, even though they charge you fees and they don't do any of the things that Celsius does, right? They don't pay yield. They don't give you cheap loans. They don't, do any of the things that Celsius does. So it was just very frustrating that that's going on. And we decided not to focus on these guys anymore. We just decided to block all of them and focus on our customers, focus on the community, on innovation, building, and that's what we focus on. So I just wanted to put that message out and make sure people understand what are we doing and why are we doing it.
As it's been said by some very wise people, we're not holding their coins, so they're not a concern of ours. We hold the coins of our users and our customers, and that's who we put all of our energy into.
Yeah, and look, I've said that 100 times. That we're not trying to get Bitcoin maxis to switch their ways and come and work with Celsius. We're focused on the 99% of the population that is not capable of recording or basically storing their own stuff or getting into crypto by themselves because they don't know how to manage keys or how to do stuff, and that's what we're focused on. So, and we're not trying to steal people from the Bitcoin clan. That's not what this. But the reverse of that is true. Meaning, if Celsius does well, if Celsius gets to have 100 million customers, that guarantees that all the Bitcoin maxis will be multimillionaires because the 100 million new people are the ones who are creating the value for these coins, right? They are the ones creating demand. They are the ones who are making sure that if you got into Bitcoin 2013 or 2014 or whatever, that your Bitcoin is going to be worth 1,000 times more instead of just 10 times more. So it's just stupid that Bitcoin maxis don't understand that we're actually here to help them as well.
I also just shared that article up there, Alex, at the top of the room. So anyone in the room who is wondering what we're talking about, you can click on that and see the Damn the Torpedoes, the Medium article right there.
Zach, were you going to say something?
I was just saying this, this is just I think an exceptionally difficult time in crypto with the markets going down. a lot of uncertainty, and I think this is when the fingers are pointed out. You know, a few months ago, there weren't all these fingers pointing everywhere, and then all of a sudden prices go down, fingers start pointing at everybody. So I think that's a lot of where this is originating from, is people trying to attack others and assign blame and this, that, and the other, when the productive thing to do is to keep building, keep moving forward, and keep serving clients.
And look, we it doesn't change the fact that we paid 5,100 Bitcoin to our community, right? That is a fact. That's not more than 5,100, right? So that is the thing that most people just don't understand.
And the thing is, we paid Bitcoin, so the maxis should be excited about that. We're not paying. We didn't pay another token that we paid Bitcoin. So
Yeah, but Scott, since you're not holding your keys, you know, it's, you know, you might as well throw it away, you know?
and try telling that to my 80-something-year-old mother to hold her keys.
All right, Alex, you ready for some Q&A? You in a good spot?
Sure, let's do it. It's still noisy here, but I'll take it.
All right. So one of the first questions that came up here was from JCC, and he said, besides providing more clarity, what is the initial reaction to Cynthia Loomis's bill in relation to Celsius Network and the Cell token?
Well, I think the bill, first, it's a great effort. I think it's much better for everyone that there is more clarity, or at least attempted clarity. And the bill is trying to separate the good actors from the bad actors. So anyone who's a good actor should look at this bill and say, okay, this is a good thing for crypto, right? So the people who don't want to do KYC, who don't want transparency and all this other stuff, are the people who are going to object to this, right? The people who want complete, what do you call it? Complete anonymity, or pure DeFi, or you know. That's really what this bill is here to solve. It's kind of basically forcing the rules that Celsius has been following for 5 years on everyone, and we have to do the same.
Awesome. If you were able to be one of the people that was helping draft it, was there anything that you would change or add into it? Alex, are you there? Did you get my question?
Yeah, I got it. Again, look, this is just the first version, so it's gonna go through a million iterations, and you're gonna have input and things from many different people. And so we are contributing to comments on this stuff through our affiliation association with all the different blockchain and Bitcoin groups in Washington D.C. There's many different lobbyist groups and all kind of other organizations that are focused on trying to get the crypto community to act as one. So we are members in many of these organizations, and we're collaborating through those efforts to make sure that our voice is heard, and that the community that we represent is getting its interest in that bill.
How does this compare to the I guess like the late 90s, early 2000s, when they were regulating all of the internet?
Well, the telecom world or the internet world doesn't touch your money, so there's regulation, but it's different regulation, right? So there's consumer protection and all kind of other stuff, but it's much less, I would say, strict and visceral than what regulators do when it comes to your money. So I think here you're gonna have it's gonna take longer, and it's gonna have much more, thousands and thousands of more lines of print in the law to kind of capture or um, protect the American people from every version of anything bad that ever happened in the last 13 years in crypto.
Got it. I think today there was a article from Reuters that came out on Binance and how they believe it's a hub for hackers, fraudsters, and drug traffickers, basically saying that their compliance isn't up to par and their AML isn't good. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think right now it's open season on all crypto companies. So it's not just Celsius. And I think you're going to see more of that because that's popular and that's, so unlike all the people who are attacking Celsius, I'm not going to go and attack Binance. I think obviously Binance has many good things it's done. There's probably some things that it's done that it would like to reverse, but they're part of the crypto community and they have more crypto customers than anybody else. And them getting hurt or them suffering here is not going to be good for crypto and not going to be good for Celsius or any of its members.
Got it. All right, let's go into some straight up Celsius questions. Jessica S is asking, when will more areas open up for swaps, or do you have any more updates on swaps?
So we did all the easy stuff, all the easy states and all the easy countries, meaning ones where we got legal opinions and we got permits and things like that. Now it's going to just take longer, right? So now anything else that's remaining will take much longer because it just takes time to get either the countries or the jurisdictions to give you a permission or give you a waiver or issue a license or anything like that. So we have a few that we're working on, so they're in the pipeline. So there's definitely going to be more this year. But like these big chunks where we activated hundreds of millions of people who have access to it through this or that country, that's not going to happen very, very quickly.
Got it. And next question here from Daniel Basto. And this might be a question for either Vanessa or Brian, possibly. Can we expect the credit card to go live in Europe this year?
So the issuing company is also operating in Europe. So yes, we can get it done in Europe as well. And again, there's no geographical restrictions like we have with offering crypto services. It's very different. So we're working on it. I don't have a date, but my point is normally you have an issuer, so they only do US or they only do Europe or they only do whatever, South America. So we have an issuer that is already global. And so it's going to happen faster than you've seen with other companies.
Got it. Thank you for that.
One more question and I got to run because, again, people are waiting for me.
Okay, let me try to find a good one here. When diamond tier?
Yes, that's a good one. let's break some records and then we'll create a diamond tier. Okay, I wanna Celsius to get like I want new all-time highs across the board, not just users but also a lot of other stuff, and then we'll create a new tier. Anyway, thanks guys. Look, I really appreciate all the amazing comments and support and people sending me DMs and telling me, Alex, don't listen to these people. Alex, stay the course. Please continue what you're doing. We love you, this, that. I even bragged to my wife, showing her how many people love me. So I really appreciate all of you guys supporting. And it's not just about me, right? We have a tremendous amount of people who are working around the clock to make sure we can deliver for you, for us, for everybody else. And you win through that. You don't win through hate, you win through love. And that's how we're going to continue winning. Thank you guys. Good night. And I'll see you on the Friday MA.
Thank you for joining us, Alex.
Thanks.
Yep.
All right, guys, we'll take some more questions. Hopefully my co-host can help bring people up on stage. I'm having some technical difficulties, obviously. But yeah, there was only a few other questions. Maybe some of my co-hosts want to finish helping answer if you guys have some answers here. We've got Daryl G. When can U.S. users swap into or out of Cell?
That's a tough one for the swaps because we can only offer to accredited users, and even with that, we have to lock those tokens for a year. So it's, I think, lower on the priority list, but we'll implement a locking mechanism when you swap into Cell, and then it could be offered to those U.S. Accredited users.
Got it. Thank you for that. Ole Bo Svedson, when debit card? Is there anyone on stage that might know that?
So it is on the roadmap. I don't have any dates. Alex has talked about it. Obviously, we spilled the beans a little bit. I know we did talk about it in the past. It is on the roadmap, but I don't have any dates, and I will get in so much trouble if I keep talking.
Has that ever happened before, Brian? Have you ever let the beans spill too early on anything?
I'm overly cautious, maybe. But
Brian, do you still have all your fingers?
yeah, it's like the Yakuza. They cut a digit off every time you you spill the beans.
Yeah, man. Be careful.
Cellcat, what's going on?
Oh, just wondering about page updates. I was wondering if anyone knows when the either the Cell token page or the card page will be updated soon.
Credit card page, we're going to do closer to the date. So what we are going to do is we know that we want to get all of the many, many details of the credit card out. And we are going to do essentially like a tease campaign. So we're going to go feature by feature, and every day or two release a piece of social content that really highlights the features. Because I think honestly I don't want to say the devil is in the details, but the angels are in the details, if that's a saying, where we really do have a lot of nice minutia in the card product. The fact that you are earning this reward rate, this great reward rate across the board. We don't only give you this rate. If you look at the Gemini card, if I can name names, they only give you the full rate on restaurant dining, and then you get a 1% less for groceries, and then the actual rate you're getting is only 1%. We're giving you the full rate on almost everything, including categories like MCC codes that other credit card companies really aren't doing. Like software, for example. I have another crypto card that I was testing, and as a designer, I have a huge amount of software expenses. I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. To have a crypto-backed card where you don't earn on software purchases kind of stinks, and that's something that we're really happy that we support. So, but a lot of people, you would never see a TV commercial that talks about that. And I think you guys appreciate this minutia that us, we actually go into all these great little details. And so we wanted to really focus on those sort of every day or so and release it in that fashion leading up to the launch of the webpage.
Yeah, that was a model that I think everyone agreed upon really early. Wanted to be very simple, very straightforward. None of the kind of gimmicky things or fine print that would make things really difficult or try to trick. And even on my Apple card, which I thought was the best credit card, I said, you get 2% when you buy things with tap to pay. But I'm surprised on how few things are tap to pay. So my aggregate rate is probably 1.25% at best, because everything online is 1%, and then everything in store that doesn't have tap to pay is 1%. So, I love that we took this really straightforward strategy, and we're keeping the rates flat across the board for basically every purchase you can use your credit card on, and then again layering those Cell token rewards on top of that to reward the token holders.
There's just so much to talk about. It's like lounge access, car rentals, travel perks, hotel perks, so many delivery apps, and it's unreal how many benefits there are with this card.
Why is it you think that most like I can't think of any other card that advertises those types of things. It's always the cashback is like everything, and then everything else goes out the window.
I don't think I don't think a lot of card like issuers understand that you get a lot with these sorts of programs. So we sort of mine the depths of all these benefits, and we push them up. Like, who doesn't want an extra year of warranty on an electronic device like a laptop or a phone? That's crazy. Like that should be the TV commercial for some of these card products. But you know, that's just one of the advantages that we get.
Yeah, I think to Zach's point, I think you see that a lot more in like the premium cards where they really advertise like what makes them stand out. It's like Chase Sapphire Reserve, for example, which is one of the ones I have. They really highlight what makes them different versus like just 2% cash back or 1% cash back. So I think it's
But I
more
bet
of
if you look at the terms, that it's I would love to know what their cashback structure is, whether or not you're getting only 1% up until a certain amount of card spend when the 2% unlocks, or if it's truly 2% from $1.
no,
I'd be very interested to know.
yeah, for a Chase Sapphire Reserve specifically, it's not a crypto card, obviously, but there's a lot of other benefits outside of just the 3% travel and dining, 1% everything else, all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
there you go.
They have a lot of concierge. They have a lot of travel rewards, all sorts of crazy stuff that
Yeah,
doesn't make sense for most people, but
we
depends on your
get a lot of
lifestyle.
that. We have, with our card, we have lounge access in like 850 airports. So like we have a lot of like bougie stuff like that, and like I said, travel rewards and hotel discounts, all kinds of stuff.
Brian, can I ask a quick question? What is
Yep.
the maybe you don't have to divulge this now. I'm just curious. Are there any limitations with buying crypto with this credit card? Because I know a lot of companies use like cash advances and so forth, where you have to pay like 5% interest or whatever it is on whatever you buy. Other ones that are associated with banks, they have limitations on the bank side. So I was just curious if we had any or if we know those details.
Well, I mean, we have a much better crypto buying experience within the Cell ecosystem than buying with a card. But I think anytime you buy a card or anytime you buy crypto with a card, if people really want to go inside baseball on cards, there's two types of card transactions. There's card present transactions, whereas your card is physically inserted into a PIN machine. And then there's card not present transactions, which are like highly risky purchases from the eyes of the credit card vendor. So buying cryptocurrency with card not present transaction, a lot of people really game the system there. That's a huge fraud opportunity. So people can buy $5,000 worth of Bitcoin and then call Visa immediately and say, hey, I don't recognize this transaction. And then the Bitcoin is gone, right? Visa's not going to be able to track that down. So it's a massive liability for a lot of these card companies, which explains the 5% that you just spoke about. I think we have a much better buying option for our users versus buying with a card. But I don't truly have that answer to how we're dealing with it, but I will find out.
Yeah, the reason I asked.
While you're still here, are you able to talk about the card app, that secondary thing you're talking about? Sorry, Rob.
No worries, Brian. I'll hit you up internally.
Sure. Yeah, I will definitely find out. I don't know if Vanessa knows whether or not we have the only MCC codes we don't honor our major utilities like your gas bill, your electricity bill. You wouldn't be getting cash back on your Chase Sapphire if you pay your gas bill typically. So that's like a very standard one that you don't get cash back on. And then it's just like gambling. It's like literally dog racing tracks and horse racing and betting. We don't give a rate on that. But yeah, I didn't see anything specifically talking about crypto purchasing, but that might fall under some other terms and conditions that I don't have access to.
Yeah, we can definitely kind of look at that a bit more, but I think in general, any place where your card is essentially being used to take cash out, which I think some places do consider purchasing crypto as essentially taking cash out, you wouldn't get any rewards for that.
There you go.
Selkat, did that answer your question?
Oh, I was just asking if you could expand at all about the secondary app that you mentioned today.
That might be a good
Sure,
Vanessa
yeah.
question.
Happy to answer questions there as much as I can. What were you looking for more details on?
Oh, I was just wondering, like, kind of what would be even just like the base functionality of having just a secondary app.
Yeah, so some of the intent behind a secondary app was to make it easy for people who were looking to start with a credit card for the Celsius experience, and then overall become users of the other products we have around Earn and loans. And so the secondary app is going to be initially very focused just on the credit card. And so have an experience for you to do things like see your transactions, manage your balance, pay off your credit card, the ability to do all sorts of card management functionality. So if you lose your card, you can go ahead into the app and you can lock the card. And if you find it again, you can unlock it. It'll also have the experience there of being able to see your rewards balance and then choosing to redeem your rewards balance for crypto. So kind of all the functionalities you'd expect around a card would be in the app itself. And then it's complementary to the main sort of Celsius wallet app, as it were, where all your crypto is actually going to be stored. So when you redeem from the credit card app, it'll show up in your main Celsius app. So definitely encouraging people to, over time, be able to use both of those apps, one for the credit card or one for the rest of your Celsius experience. And then in the future, we're exploring lots of different options for, whether we should bring those two more together into, an app that covers a lot more functionality, or whether we should keep them separate. So we're still pretty early on in all of this.
Super interesting. Thank you so much.
Hey, Brian, I have a question. Is that all right, Josh?
Yeah, I saw you. Go for it.
Hey, of course.
Yeah. So, Brian, can you use stable coins at the POS, at the point of purchase, with the card, or is that something that's on the roadmap or something that's been talked about? Stable coins as in USDC? I know right now, I believe it's microloans, as Wasim had said in a paper that he wrote. You're taking small microloans, and at the end of the month, it can be converted into a traditional crypto-backed loan, or you can just pay off paper bill.
So that's a lot closer to what we were talking about with the debit product, which is further down the roadmap. That's not an option on this product, is spending with stablecoin.
Okay, makes sense to be on the debit card. Okay, thanks.
Yep. For sure.
Crypto guy, welcome back up.
Hey, thanks, guys. Hey, got two questions. First one is for non-accredited investors, that those sell rates are awesome. So I guarantee that the non-accredited investors are going to start buying sell and transferring it in order to get the better rates on the credit card. Have you guys thought about potentially staking options for down the road, for when that starts kind of happening, and also when the credit card pays out in sell tokens as well?
Yeah. So I mean, this is going to be probably the single largest application of sell token utility to date. And you can earn and sell. You can't do it in the U.S., but you can do it internationally. But now we'll have all U.S. users will be able to get a tangible financial benefit, really, from holding sell token and using their credit card. So even holding 1,000 tokens, you're going to get 15% more rewards on all of your spend. So that's hugely beneficial and at a barrier which I think is reasonable for a lot of people, and I think will introduce a lot of people to holding sell token for the credit card. But it's not just the credit card. You have utility in swaps, utility in earn, utility in loans, and then everything coming out going forward now is going to have utility, and that's something Josh and I have spent the last couple of weeks meeting with product managers like Vanessa and Brian and Rob and many others to see what their plans on there and kind of help guide that. So definitely moving in the right direction there. And then same for staking, right? We're going to have a sell token utility for staking that's going to make a very convincing offering for you to hold that sell token at one of those 3 levels to increase your rewards.
Thank you. Let's focus on our customers. I've been saying it now for a while.
Oh, staking. What is it?
Yeah.
Otis, I've never heard you say that before. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You probably read it, that's why.
I mean, if we're talking about staking, we might be able to talk about some of the coins we're focusing on with the rewards redemption. I don't know if, do you know if we can talk about that, Vanessa?
Yeah, no, we can talk a little bit about the relationship between rewards, redemption, and staking. Would you like me to, or would you like to go?
I think maybe, I don't know if we can talk about the process necessarily, but maybe we could just talk about some of the first coins that we'll be able to earn rewards in. I think it'd be a nice maybe it's a nice companion to the conversation about the staking functionality that it will be launching.
A nice nugget. Go for it.
Go for it, Vanessa, if you don't mind.
Cool, yeah, for sure. So I mean, as we think about the credit card, right? We've been talking a lot today about the rewards that you can get for spending on the credit card and how you can increase those rewards based on your sell tier. Now, as you choose to redeem that into crypto, right? Obviously, you can redeem it into crypto, and you can hope that the price appreciates for whichever crypto that you've chosen. But along with that, also many coins also support staking. And for those of you who aren't aware, staking is a way to contribute to the security of the network, and in return, you get rewards for staking your coins. And as Alex has talked about, over the next coming months, we're going to be looking to roll out staking opportunities for a number of crypto coins. So coins like Cardano or Polygon, or Polkadot are some examples of coins where you can stake and you can earn staking rewards on. And so the idea with the credit cards program is that we can bring those two together, and so make it easy for you to take the rewards that you've earned from your credit card, be able to choose a coin that you would like to redeem it into, and allow you then to go ahead and stake those coins to continue earning rewards. So a way to think of it is, really earning rewards on top of your rewards is ultimately the place to get to. And so thinking of your credit card as not just a way to be responsible with your spending, but also a way to kind of fuel that journey towards financial freedom.
So, but right now we have self earn. What would make it self staking?
It's to earn an appreciable asset on a purchase is such a new concept for people that it takes a long time to sink in how powerful that is. It's like earning stock when you swipe your card, or earning real estate. Like it's a pretty wild idea just on its own.
And then wait, doesn't this net increase the like if you were to use the card in combination with the earn, that's like a net increase on the yield, right? Like if you're hodling yourself.
No, that's exactly what we're saying is
hodl for the tiers. Wow, no, I get it. This is cool.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to lose your position, because then you drop out of your tier, right? So
right, and the rewards itself will be redeemed in Celsius. So you're going to be adding to your custody or yield wallet, right? And then that's also going to encourage you to try the application. Something that we see in user behavior is the vast majority of people that try Celsius tend to stay with Celsius for the long term. And so this credit card is a really great way for people to try Celsius in small amounts when they get their rewards. And then they try the swap service, then they try a loan, then they try yield, then they try staking, then they try, everything else, and become a long-time customer. And so this is a great way to introduce people into the Celsius ecosystem. And then they say, hey, what if I want better this? What if I want better that? What if I want to get higher rewards and earn, and on my credit card, and on my staking? Then Cell Token becomes a very, very valuable utility inside the ecosystem.
Got it. Are there any other questions up here on stage or comments?
Hey, Brian or Vanessa, I'm not sure if you want to answer this yet or not, but is there going to be like an auto redemption feature? We can auto redeem our rewards at the end of every month or something like that? Or will it be manual?
I don't believe so. I think it is manual. That's actually one of the kind of nice features in my mind, is the fact that you're earning essentially in a non-volatile points, and then you can sort of choose when to redeem. So that's actually kind of nice. I know using the crypto.com card, you're earning in a volatile asset. It would be kind of nice to just earn in a stable point and then swap as you time the market.
Yes, I mean,
So,
it's a matter of kind of like a DCA idea versus a, hey, I want to try to time the bottom, or I want to try to buy it when it's decreasing or whatever.
yeah, I hear what you're saying. No, I don't think it's automated, Vanessa. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you do have to manually swap.
Yeah, you got it right, right, Brian. And the idea is, as Brian was saying, is we give you the option to choose like when you'd like to make that switch. Maybe times like now when the market's not doing so well, you might think this may be a good time to redeem your points and get some crypto. And if the market's at all times highs, maybe you'll hold off a little bit and see what the market brings in the future.
So I can earn on my sell, then I can earn rewards when I go shopping in sell. Those rewards are then compounding with the sell, and then I'm going up through the tiers to my next goal, which for me would be 10K sell. That sounds brilliant. So I'm very much looking forward to this.
Yo, dog, we heard you like sell, so we put sell in your sell so you can sell while you sell.
Oh, he's a cat man, not a dog. Cold.
All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap for the night. Hopefully we got everything in. If we didn't get to your question, I see there's some people on the request. Just either jump in a daily room or catch us on the next one. And make sure every week I'm dropping out tweets to get all your questions. Make sure you're dropping your questions in there, and I'll submit to Alex on both Tuesday nights and on Fridays for the YouTube AMA. Make sure you're following myself, Scott, and Zach, and basically everybody else up here on stage. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Take care, everyone.